Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving deep into a topic that can either be a total game changer for your grades or a complete waste of time. Group study. We've all been there, right? You get together with your classmates, snacks are on the table, and suddenly 2 hours have passed, and you've talked about everything asterisk except asterisk what you were supposed to be studying. But what if I told you that group study, when done right, is one of the most powerful learning tools you have? It's true. In this video, I'm going to share the ultimate guide to making your group study sessions incredibly productive, efficient, and maybe even a little bit fun. We'll cover everything from picking the right team to structuring your sessions for maximum impact. So grab a notebook because you're going to want to take some notes on how to properly take notes. Together. First things first, let's talk about the why. Why even bother with group study? Well, the magic of a good study group lies in perspective. When you're stuck on a concept, hearing it explained in a different way by a peer can be the aha moment you need. It's like unlocking a new level in a video game. You also get to practice articulating your understanding. The famous Feynman technique is built on this principle. If you can't explain a concept simply, you don't understand it well enough. Teaching your group members is one of the best ways to solidify information in your own mind. Plus, it holds you accountable. It's a lot harder to procrastinate when you know your friends are counting on you to show up and be prepared. A study group provides motivation, support, and a shared sense of purpose. It turns the lonely marathon of studying into a team sport. Now, let's get practical. Building the right team is crucial. This isn't just about getting together with your best friends. Your study group dream team should be diverse in its strengths. Look for people who are dedicated, reliable, and have a positive attitude. Ideally, you want a mix of people. Someone who excels at big-picture concepts, another who's a master of details, and maybe someone who's great at creating study guides. A group of 3 to 5 people is usually the sweet spot. Any smaller, and you lose the diversity of thought. Any larger, and it becomes too easy for people to get distracted or hide in the background. Before you even have your first session, set some ground rules together. Agree on things like punctuality, coming prepared, and minimizing distractions. A simple chat about expectations up front can prevent a lot of frustration down the road. All right, you've assembled your academic Avengers. What's next? The location. Where you study is almost as important as how you study. The ideal spot is quiet, comfortable, and has minimal distractions. Your dorm room with a TV and a video game console might not be the best choice. A library study room, a quiet corner in a coffee shop, or even a designated classroom can work wonders. Make sure there's enough space for everyone to spread out their books and laptops, and good lighting is a must to avoid eye strain. The key is to create an environment that signals to your brain it's time to focus. Before each session, designate one person as the session leader or facilitator. This role can rotate. Their job isn't to be the boss, but to keep the group on track, manage the time, and make sure you're sticking to the agenda. Speaking of agenda, this is where most study groups fail. You cannot just show up and say, "So, what should we study?" A successful session needs a plan. Before you meet, everyone should agree on the specific topics or chapters you'll cover. For example, instead of "Let's study biology," your agenda should be "Review chapters 5 and 6. Work through the practice problems on page 78 and quiz each other on key vocabulary." Each member should come to the session having already reviewed the material on their own. The group session is not for the initial learning. It's for deepening understanding, clarifying confusion, and testing knowledge. A great way to structure the session is to start with a quick 5-minute review where everyone shares one key takeaway or one point of confusion from their individual study. This immediately gets everyone engaged and highlights the areas where you need to focus your collective brainpower. Now, let's talk about the actual studying part. There are so many effective techniques you can use. One of my favorites is the teach-back method. Go round the circle and have each person teach a specific concept from the agenda. The others can then ask clarifying questions. This is incredibly powerful. Another great strategy is to work on problems or case studies together. Don't just solve them silently. Talk through your thought process. Explain why you're taking a certain step or using a particular formula. You'll be amazed at the different approaches people take, and you'll learn new problem-solving strategies. You can also create collaborative study materials. Use a shared Google Doc or a large whiteboard to build a collective study guide, a concept map, or a timeline. This visual and interactive process helps cement the information for everyone. Remember to build in short breaks. The Pomodoro technique works great for groups too. Study for 45 to 50 minutes, then take a 10-minute break to stretch, grab a drink, or chat about something unrelated. This prevents burnout and keeps everyone's energy levels high. What happens when you hit a wall? It's inevitable. The group will come across a problem or a concept that nobody understands. This is not a failure. It's an opportunity. First, try to solve it together. Pull your resources look through the textbook, your notes, and reliable online sources. Work through it step by step as a team. This collaborative problem-solving is a valuable skill in itself. If you're still stuck after a genuine effort, don't waste the entire session on it. Make a note of the specific question and designate one person to ask the professor or a TA for clarification before the next session. Then move on to the next item on your agenda. The goal is to maintain momentum. It's also important to manage disagreements. If two people have different answers, turn it into a learning moment. Have each person present their case using evidence from the course material. It's a debate, not an argument. The goal is to arrive at the correct understanding, not to prove who is right. As you wrap up each session, don't just pack up and leave. Spend the last 5 to 10 minutes summarizing what you've covered and planning for the next meeting. A quick review helps reinforce the day's learning. Go around and have everyone state one thing they feel more confident about now. This ends the session on a positive and accomplished note. Then, set a clear agenda for the next session. Decide what chapters to read or what topics to review individually before you meet again. This creates a continuous loop of preparation, collaboration, and reinforcement. Keeping a shared calendar or group chat is perfect for coordinating schedules and sending reminders. Consistency is key. Try to meet at the same time and place each week to build a strong routine. This makes group study a non-negotiable part of your academic life, just like attending lectures. So, let's recap the secret sauce for an amazing group study session. First, build a dedicated and diverse team of 3 to 5 people. Second, choose a quiet, distraction-free location. Third, always set a specific agenda before you meet and come prepared. Fourth, use active learning techniques like teaching each other and solving problems collaboratively. Fifth, manage your time effectively with a facilitator and scheduled breaks. And finally, always wrap up by reviewing what you've learned and planning your next steps. Following these strategies will transform your group study from a social hour into a powerful academic tool. You'll not only understand the material better and likely see your grades improve, but you'll also build stronger relationships with your peers and develop essential teamwork skills that will benefit you long after you've graduated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you conquer your next exam. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss out on more study tips and strategies. What are your best group study tips? Share them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you in the next video.